to our Friday Live. Thank you so much for joining me and for being here with me for this event. As always, we host these events on Fridays at 12:30 Eastern. The replay will be available shortly thereafter for you to watch and then watch again. I am very excited about some of the announcements that I'm going to be sharing with you here today. The first thing that I want to do, though, is just let you all know what an amazing time we had in Cancun. We've not posted a lot about that event, but it was just absolutely incredible. The people in attendance were amazing. The content was next level. Yes, it was an AI event, so we talked a lot about some of the updates and the latest things going on in the world of AI and how we can integrate them into our business. But at the same time, we also did a deep dive into some Amazon training and the ability to have such a small group of people together, powerful people, and working and focused in this group was just truly amazing. So I'm super excited about what's going to come from that event and the many other events like that we're going to have to hold them moving forward because it was so powerful. So for everyone that was there, thank you. It was awesome. I know that it was great for you, but it was a really strong takeaway for me as well, just to have that time with you one-on-one and in that small group, our meals and our dinner that we had. It was just awesome. So I just wanted to let you know that. So I put up an announcement stating that we have some announcements here today. Thank you to everyone who guessed what they thought those announcements would be. The reality is there's 6 or 7 different announcements. I'm not sure that anyone is more important than the other, nor am I sure that any of them are life-shattering, earth-shattering, or going to change your world. Although who knows, maybe they will. So the first announcement that I want to make, and again, you can take notes. I've got some training that I'm going to be adding on to the back end of these announcements, but there's no need to wait till the end for the announcements. That's just not a whole lot of fun. So the announcements are as follows. Number 1, upcoming in December 14th, 15th, we have an AI event called How to Write a Book in 48 Hours. And that event is almost completely sold out. That event, you will leave. Those of you that join us will leave with a written book ready to be published to Amazon Kindle and Book on Demand. If you don't, then you get your money back for what you paid for the price of the ticket to be there. That's our guarantee. It is going to be extraordinary. We've never taught this class before. I've written and published 6 best-selling books myself, and we're going to talk about the strategies behind the book, what the purpose of the book is, and then you're going to write the book. The reality is it's only going to take you a few hours to write your book. So the other part of the event, we need to talk about how you can make money writing your book and how you can use that book for promotional purposes, particularly if you can tie it into some type of product. And that'll be a closed-door event. We're going to be introducing some brand new technology at that event called Writer AI. And that product will be available for all Internet Mastery community members sometime in 2024. There'll be a cost associated with it. For those of you attending the event in Boca, you will get that for free as part of your ticket price and as a benefit of being part of the beta for Writer AI. But it's going to be awesome. So the first announcement is that the event is going to take place at the Hyatt Place in Boca Raton. And I've said a few times now that we weren't going to have a room block. We actually have gotten a room block. I'm not sure how we did that, being that we're only going to have a dozen rooms, but that is going to be possible. So the event takes place at the Hyatt Place. It's in East Boca Raton on December 14th and 15th. Now, for all of the announcements that require events like this one, you will get the link posted in this Facebook group sometime before the end of the business day on Monday. Today is Friday. So if you're watching this on replay, we might have already posted that information. But if you're watching with us live, we've got a bunch of announcements. So I have the confirmation, I have the room block link. It's just getting around to posting it. So I wanted to make you aware of that announcement. So that's a good one. I think there's 3 or 4 tickets left, not very many. The event itself is going to be completely full, as they always are, and this one's going to be awesome. Now, if you don't know what to write a book about, don't worry. We got you covered. If you never thought about writing a book before, you should think about it. See, one of the cool things about selling on Amazon, and I've had a few people ask me, what does writing a book have anything to do with being an Amazon e-commerce entrepreneur? Well, everything. First of all, it's credibility. Second of all, why wouldn't you want to have your own product selling on Amazon that people buy over and over and over again, where you have no inventory and you get paid every time somebody buys it? And then if you learn the skills and you have the insight combined with the technology, what if you wrote 1 book a month? You say, well, I don't even have any ideas. That's okay. Don't worry about it. The AI will help you with ideas. Maybe it's a fiction or a nonfiction book. Maybe it's a coloring book. Maybe it's a kid's book. Maybe it's just a journal. Whatever it is that you want to create, or maybe you didn't know you wanted to create, that's what's going to come from this event. Now, for everyone who is not going to be there, be advised that we will host additional AI events in 2024. We will have a very small part of InternetMastery.live be associated with the AI events. And I also want to point out that while we are in beta and people are paying and buying tickets for these events, we are including the AI software associated with that specific event. Not all AI software, but the AI software associated with that event will be included in your ticket price. So if you're not going to be there, but we're going to be offering some AI training at InternetMastery.live in Miami, for example, you will be able to get access to the AI software, but it would be for a fee. I've not come up with a price tag yet, so please don't ask. But of course, that software will be available for purchase down the road at some time, at some point, if it is something that you want. It'll be optional and it'll be part of your Internet Mastery community as an upgrade if that's something you want later. Let's talk about the next announcement. The next announcement is that we have finalized and signed the contract for InternetMastery.live in Miami. That event takes place on February 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Now, there's a couple of things about this event that are very specific. Number one, this is an awesome hotel. It's called the Marriott Dadeland Hotel. It's right near the Dadeland Mall in downtown Dadeland. It is an awesome hotel. I've held other events there. It's the hotel that I've been wanting to host it at, but I couldn't get everything all organized the way I wanted it to. So it's called the Marriott Dadeland. Now, we've organized a great room block. You'll save about $50 per night on your sleeping rooms if you go through the room block. Once again, that link will be available early next week. So don't book your sleeping rooms for Miami, but just know where the hotel, everybody want to know where the hotel was. So that event's going to take place at the Marriott Dadeland Hotel in Miami. Now, here's the couple things about this event that are really important. Number one, the event is February 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That is a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It is not our normal Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So make sure you've got your flights and everything all booked and ready to go for the Marriott Dadeland. Number two, don't book your sleeping rooms through the hotel. Book your sleeping rooms through this link that we will provide you early next week. Again, if you're watching it live. If you're watching the replay, we might have already shared that link. Now, here's one of the important aspects of this event. The room that we have the event in only holds a certain number of people. And the option was fill the room or expand and double the size of the room. And at this point, I don't think we need double the size of the room because we're not going to have twice as many people sign up for the event as we currently have. What that means is, in real terms, we only have about 12 spots left total for the Miami event in February. Once that number is taken and those tickets have been purchased, that event will be closed. So you'll no longer be able to buy tickets for the event in Miami. So if you're planning on joining us and you're one of those last minute decision makers, your last minute could be a day, it could be 2 days, it could be 3 days. So just be aware, we have a very specific room that our event is in with a room size with a maximum capacity. We also have a guest speaker that I can't announce yet who's going to be awesome, who's going to be there with us. We're just finalizing the contract, so that's why I can't announce it yet. However, even just that will be an awesome experience in Miami. So we've got a handful of tickets left. If you want to be part of that event and you want to be there with us in person, then you want to get your ticket as soon as possible. Now, let me just stop and talk with you about this for just a moment. The majority of our Internet Mastery community have never been to an in-person Internet Mastery event. The majority. The last several events that we've done have been incredible, right? We did in 2023, we did Internet Mastery live in San Diego. Then we did Internet Mastery.live in Las Vegas. The year before, it was in Boca and it was in Las Vegas. So we've held 4 of these events. About 80%, 90% of the people who attend, re-attend. And then a small percentage are new people who are attending for the very first time. And then, of course, they always want to re-attend. Here's the thing that I want everybody to understand. There is nothing like meeting this community in person. That is not because I need you to buy a ticket, and it is not because I need you to be there. If you want to 10x your business in 2024, then attend one of these in-person events. Now, you have lots of reasons not to join, right? Not to attend. Your time, that's valuable. That's a good reason. Your cost to attend. You need an airline ticket. You need to be able to buy the ticket to get into the event. And of course, you need your hotel stay. That is a legitimate reason not to attend. You can make a list of legitimate reasons not to attend, but understand that if you want to grow this business, then you'll want to make certain investments into that business, along with your inventory, along with your coaching and your software. And I only say that because after being part of this event that we just did in Cancun, the one common denominator is that everyone in the room has been to an event before. Everyone in the room benefited from being in that in-person event. In fact, I would guess that we covered and shared and talked about things on an intimate level, on a small one-on-one basis, that would take months and months and months to leapfrog if we were doing it online. Now, it's great to do the virtual side of the business. It is. But you meeting the people on the leaderboard, you creating the relationships, you building your conviction in this business, it is, of course, a tax write-off. That doesn't mean you have the money to attend. I just want to throw it out there that if you have never been before and your coach tells you to go and Corinne is telling you to go and I'm advising that you go, we're not trying to do something to you. We are trying to do something for you to help you. It will benefit you and it will tie you in because of that confidence and conviction that you get. There's nothing that replaces it. Remember that before the pandemic, we never even did virtual events. Everything we did was in person. So I just want to strongly recommend that you figure out a way, if you can, to be there. Heck, we have people that live in South Florida that haven't bought tickets for the event in Miami for whatever the reason. So if it makes sense, you say, well, I just signed up last week. Hey, by the way, congratulations to all of our newest Internet Mastery Elite members and all of our Internet Mastery community. We love all of our newest students. You say, well, I just signed up 3 weeks ago. Now I got to get on a plane and go to Miami? No. You never have to do anything you don't want to do. Remember that. All we can do is make suggestions and give you advice and see if we can guide you along in that process. And if we can, and we can help cultivate and grow that for you, and that's the glue that sticks you together with everybody else, it's extraordinary what that can can end up happening in terms of a positive impact on your business. So Miami, the good news is we have the venue. The bad news is we are limited on the size of the number of people we can have in attendance. Next thing that I want to announce is just two and I'll take questions at the end, but two upcoming Internet Mastery AI events that are going to be held in Boca. So moving forward, all of our AI events will be held in Boca. Now, you may or may not be aware, we are looking to finalize moving into our new global headquarters for Internet Mastery in Boca, where we will have our offices and our team and our support system all in the office. And then behind us in the same facility will be the prep center. So we're looking at doing all of our 2024 AI events at the headquarters. We'll sit around a conference table. We'll work for 2 days. We'll do all of our AI stuff that we'll cover. We'll talk about Amazon things. And then, of course, you'll get a chance to walk through the prep center, get a tour, and that'll be part of it. Now, again, I've not announced any of the pricing, or there's no page to sign up. There's nothing to buy. I'm not giving you links here on this session. I'm just making you aware of some upcoming dates if you want to put them into your calendar. So the next one that we're going to have is going to be February 7th and 8th. That's going to be in Boca. And then the one after that will be April 17th and 18th. So these are 2-day events. They're limited to 12 students each at each one. And once I finalize everything, again, I'll put the links out. You can get your tickets. You can put it in your calendar. You can lock it in. And one of the things that is really interesting to me is that we've held 2 of these events so far. Now, they've been a little bit different, but they're both AI related, one in September and one in November. And the one that we have coming up in December, almost everybody in November was in September. I think everybody except one person who was in Cancun is coming to Boca. There's something about this movement that we're on with this small group of people that if you can get into that group, it might just benefit you in 2024 and beyond. Okay, so let's keep going on our announcements. The next announcement I think is a big one. I think that this is something that I've been planning, been looking forward to, and now we can finally announce. And that is that for the first time ever, and again, you can't sign up, you can't get a ticket. I'm just making the announcement. I'll give you the link next week. But for the first time ever, in 2024, we are going to do 3 Internet Mastery Lives instead of 2. And the reason for that, again, is just the camaraderie, the networking, and the community. So instead of every 6 months, we want to give you less time in between events so that you can learn more, see more, we can introduce more. We're going at a very rapid pace in terms of the technology in the community. So Spy Rivals, Bola deals, Bola search, Repricer, all of our technology is expanding and being infused with new features at a rapid pace. And it doesn't make sense to only introduce them to you every 6 or 7 months and train you on them and teach you about them and so forth. So we are going to be doing, for the first time ever, let me look at my calendar here, May 24, 25, and 26, we are adding a third Internet Mastery Live. So we have Miami on April 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Then we have May 24, 25, and 26, and that's going to take place in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So this will be our first time back to Toronto in 4 years. And by the time we get to May, whatever remnant software is not fully integrated in Canada will be. I'm pretty confident that almost everything is already, but there will be some little pieces that will be updated and upgraded to ensure a smooth launch for our North American marketplace between US and Canada. Now keep in mind that Internet Mastery Live in Toronto is not for Canadians. Yes, a lot of Canadians will attend, but it is for all Internet Mastery students. So no matter where you live, you should join us in Toronto. If you've never been to Toronto and you don't have a passport, you got 5, 6, 7 months to get one. If you've never been to Toronto, it's an amazing, amazing place. And so we've got the room, we've got the hotel. Again, next week, I'll send you the link. You can get your tickets and you can get your room block. You're going to want a room block in Miami and you're going to want a room block in Toronto because otherwise your hotel room prices end up being significantly higher. So if you live in Canada, this is exciting no matter where in Canada you live. One of the things we want to see if we can do is re-engage a lot of our top-level Canadian students that we haven't seen in years and years and years, and then introduce you as our American audience to some of them. So particularly if you live in the northeast part or the southern part of the United States, it's a quick nonstop flight up to Toronto, and that is going to be so exciting. We're looking forward to that. I don't know how many people are going to be there. I have no idea what kind of response we're going to get. I think it's going to be overwhelming, and I think it's going to sell out really fast. But I don't know because we've never done it before. So it is an exciting way to just bring the community together at another in-person event, but this is an InternetMastery.live event. The next announcement that I want to make is that InternetMastery.live in Las Vegas is going to be August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Now again, no link, no tickets, nothing to sign up for, just giving you the announcement in your calendar. We haven't always been very good at planning in advance. So now we're planning the whole year in advance. So we've got our InternetMastery.live in Miami, February 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We have InternetMastery.live in Toronto on May 24th, 25th, 26th. And then we have Las Vegas, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And if you asked me which one you should come to, I would tell you all three. That's why wouldn't I tell you all three? And so the opportunities are abound in Internet Mastery. 2024 is going to be an extraordinary year. We have incredible new updates and insights that are coming, and those are just some of the announcements on some of the dates. A couple of other just little short, important announcements, but quick. We're still going on the announcement side. The Internet Mastery app in the App Store for iPhone is almost ready for the next update. I hope it comes sooner than later. Just a quick reminder, it's $10 to download and then $10 a month if you want to use it. I think it's fantastic. You haven't been billed monthly yet because all of the functionality and features haven't been in place. We're waiting for the latest iPhone update to come into play. And once that does, you'll get an additional 30 days. And then after that, it'll just simply be $10 a month. In addition to that, we have completed and submitted the app to the Google Play Store. So for those of you on the dark side that still don't have an iPhone, don't worry, your app is coming. Now, I have been promising you all along 2024. And the reason that I say these things is not because I don't want you to have it, but because I want to manage your expectations. So we have submitted the new app to the iPhone, to the Apple Store 4 weeks ago. And the new version still hasn't been approved yet. It's just back and forth and back and forth. These things take time. So we have officially submitted the app to the Google Play Store. Now, whether that is a week or two for approval or 6 weeks, in other words, 2024 in reality, then it just is what it is. Okay? So I just wanted to share that with you. Those are some of the updates. There's, so many updates that are making my phone ring. Let me turn my ringer off on my phone. Okay, I literally just turned the ringer up. Now I'm going to turn it down. Okay, so those are the announcements. I'm going to do questions in just a few minutes, but there's a couple of other things. I hope that those met some of your expectations and some of the things you wanted answers to. There's all kinds of cool stuff coming, folks. It's so much happening. And you're all in the right place at the right time, whether you sold 10 million or you haven't sold anything yet because your account's not approved because you just signed up 5 days ago. We're so excited that you're part of this amazing organization. Now, let me talk with you about a couple of other things. Number one, for those of you that are going through the holidays for the first time, I want to share with you something you're going to experience. So I just went into my Amazon account, and we've got some pretty interesting things going on here. But what I want you to see is this number right here on open orders. So here we're at $654 in sales. We're doing about $2,000 a day in this account. I'll just click refresh. We'll see what happens. So you can see here there's 126 orders. Now, what happens on Amazon is that you do not get paid until your order ships. So a lot of people don't realize this. They think that when the item sells, they get paid. It isn't accurate. That's why the leaderboard will never match your actual sales on Amazon, because your actual sales on Amazon are not reflective of what the leaderboard is. The leaderboard is accurate because you only get paid on what's shipped. So the leaderboard shows what has been shipped, not what has been sold. So what happens is you can see I've got 126 orders that have been sold but not shipped yet. Amazon is behind. Now, whether that means the customer has gotten their orders and Amazon hasn't updated their system, nobody really knows. I don't think Amazon is delivering Prime orders late. But I do understand and I do know that the closer we get to the new year, the more backed up Amazon will get in this reporting. So for those of you that look in your account and you can see the number of orders, that's what you have not been paid on yet. So just be aware of that. That's all I wanted to say. There's not a whole lot more I can explain about that. We don't control it. There's nothing we can do about it. But be aware, especially if you're going through it for the first time, that that number may build up and up and up. And when Amazon has bottlenecks in their system, whether it's the actual delivery of the item or the actual technology that they have that reports what's been shipped, it backs up. And when it backs up, you don't get paid until it actually ships. At some point, it will catch up, but I can't say what it is or when it is. So just be conscious of it. Remember that Amazon's going to pay you every 2 weeks based on what they identify that has shipped. So just make sure that you understand that process. Also, one other point on this, I know I mentioned it a few weeks ago, but I want to mention it again. A couple of weeks ago, I got an alert on my phone letting me know that I had a fraud charge from Amazon in Mexico. And I was like, well, I haven't even been to Mexico yet. I sure as heck didn't buy anything in Mexico. So I reported my card fraudulent and they sent me a new card. Well, when Amazon went to send me my commissions every 2 weeks like they normally do, I logged in to see how much it was. It's 20 to 25,000 transfer every 2 weeks, right? I'm looking to see what's the number. And I get a big alert that says your credit card on file wasn't good. Now, here's the thing you have to understand. Amazon isn't charging my credit card. They can take all of their fees out of what they owe me, but they still need to make sure that I have a valid card on file. So they do a little check every time they pay you. They check your credit card. Well, what I realized in that moment was that what I was getting on my credit card alert was that the charge was a valid charge, and it was Amazon charging me the fees to my American Express credit card that was linked to my Amazon account. And so it was just silly. But what happens is now with a North American account, we all have these North American unified accounts. Sometimes Amazon will fulfill an order for you to someone in Mexico or Canada, if you're living in the US, for example. And then they charge your credit card for those fees. So if you see those fees, don't say they're not valid. You know what happened to me? I fixed my credit card instantly, and Amazon said, thank you, we're going to pay you in 2 weeks on your next cycle. So I had to wait for 25 grand for 2 more weeks. So just be conscious of that. You may start to see it. I've seen it in the Facebook group where people are saying, hey, what's going on with, I'm seeing charges from Mexico on my credit card. What's that all about? Be thankful. Apparently you sold something in Mexico, or there's some associated fees with your monthly fee that Amazon is breaking down and charging you separately. It is what it is. Don't reject it. There's nothing wrong. It is the way the process is working. Next, Bola Vendor. So for those of you that have access to Bola Search, we launched Bola Vendor in August. We made that announcement. And several weeks ago now, 6-7 weeks ago, we started introducing new wholesale products into Bola Search as part of Bola Vendor. I want to remind everybody of a few things. Number one, you need to have access to Bola Search to be able to buy at the Bola Vendor discount prices. Number two, we are in beta. We are testing. And so there is no set date when new releases come out. They come out when we are ready to put out new product, and whenever we do, I put a post up on Facebook that new wholesale products are available. So it isn't like Bolo deals where every Monday at noon, it will be at some point, but it isn't there now. So just be aware of that. We do have new Bolo Vendor deals coming, maybe as soon as today, if not, maybe as soon as this weekend. So there's some new, really exciting things going on there. We are fine-tuning the process. We are streamlining the process. We're very excited about the process. But I want to remind everybody of something, all Bolo Search members. And by the way, if you're not a Bolo Search member and you subscribe and get access to Bolo Vendor, it's the quickest way into wholesale I've ever seen because the minimums are low and the opportunities are high. But here's the thing. Bolo Vendor is set up as a legitimate wholesale supplier. And just like any wholesale supplier, invoices are not guaranteed to get you ungated. They aren't from Bolo Vendor and they aren't from any wholesale vendor. So if you're buying your items and you're not ungated, as you wouldn't be for most wholesalers, that's okay. The minimums are low. But if you buy the items and you use the invoices and you can't get ungated, the items are still yours. That is the risk when you're buying wholesale. Again, this is not just something that we have in place from Bola Vendor. This is the way all wholesale is and the way all wholesale works. So if you buy it and you can't sell it, it is what it is. You send us a shipping label and we will send you your items. You can sell them on eBay or give them away for the holidays or whatever you want to do with them. But just understand that the Bola Vendor sale is the final sale. I know I've said that before, but I think it's worth repeating one more time. I would say we're about 90 to 95% approval rate, yes, on getting ungated. We're right now still focused on video games and Bola Vendor. Log into the e-library and watch the video, the Facebook replay that I did. I think it was from a few weeks ago on how to make $100,000 a year selling video games on Amazon. I went through a pretty extensive, in detail opportunity there for you to do that. So that's just a quick update on Bola Vendor. Let's see. Okay, one more thing that I want to mention. I see a lot of people who are using the Repricer wrong. And I don't want to have a whole lengthy Repricer conversation here today because I really wanted this to be updates and I want to be able to answer your questions. I will do a lengthy training video on Repricer. But most of the people, most of the accounts that I look in, if I'm being real frank with you, actually I could be real Adam with you, right? Because I'm not Frank, are using it incorrectly. Now, I'll give you an example. We added in a feature that allows you, when you're competing against other sellers on Amazon, to choose between competing against the same or same type of seller. You can compete against the opposite seller, or you can compete against both, which is the default. And the way that works is if you compete against same and your product is FBA, then you would only be competing against other FBA sellers. But this time of the year, that's, in my opinion, again, you do it however you want. My opinion is that you should set up your overall account to be set up default. Default is where you compete against anybody at any time for any reason. The goal is for you is to sell your items. And by setting it up as default, you will sell more items. So that's the first suggestion that I have. Again, I'll go into a lot more detail on this when I do a Repricer training. But that's just one thing that I notice very glaringly that a lot of people do, is they're selecting to compete against the same. So if you're FBA, you're competing against other FBA sellers. But right now, with what's happening on Amazon and during the holiday season, I would just compete against everybody to make sure that I have the best price and I have the buy box. The second thing that I'm noticing is that most people don't know where their logs are. They don't know how to review the logs. They don't know how to read the logs. So I'm going to do a whole training on that as part of the Repricer training. The reality is that the reason that your items are not selling on Amazon, if you have the Repricer, is because you are not pricing your items properly. Your Repricer has your minimum price too high. The maximum price really doesn't matter, but your minimum price is priced too high. And it's just not set up properly. You have to understand that this time of the year, here we are in the middle of November, going into the best holiday shopping season in history. The next 6 to 8 weeks are going to be extraordinary. But what happens is, understand your competition. They are lowering their prices. They just are. So if you do not have your prices set to be able to compete with them, you won't win. And when you are looking at your logs, when you're looking at your Repricer logs, it tells you what you need to price your minimum pricing at. So I just want to encourage you to log in. Melissa Cooper made a post the other day. I loved it. She said she went in, reconfigured a bunch of her items and sold a bunch. Okay. Karen Spite, who we had a great time in, Karen's amazing. We had a great time in Cancun. And Karen was having trouble selling an item. She just wasn't selling for months. The item wasn't selling. I sat with her. We made a couple little tweaks in her Repricer. All 10 sold the same day. I was like, yeah, it is never the bus. It's always the bus driver. Just remember that. It's always the bus driver. It's never the bus. And that, somebody sent a support email in. They said, I want to cancel my Repricer. I don't think it's working. I'm like, somebody got a screw loose. I don't take that the wrong way. Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody. But if you don't think the Repricer is working, you should shut your whole freaking business down. Is that too much to say? It isn't about how much you pay for the Repricer. It's pennies. If you understand what the Repricer does and during Christmas you want to shut the Repricer off, shut your business down. Just get out. This is the wrong business for you. How about that? Was that too was that too strong? I think I'm just having a good time here today. All right, that's what I wanted to cover with you today. Lots and lots of really awesome things going on. I just wanted to give you all those updates and all those announcements, and I'm happy to take questions and scroll through all of that. By the way, I will say that inside the e-library, in the Insights and Updates section is where you'll see the most current videos, the most current trainings, and so forth. So let me go ahead and scroll up to the top. Let's see what we've got here. Now, if you have questions for me, this is your time. Come on now. Don't make me beg for questions on this day, because I missed you last week. I did. It was awful. I was in Facebook Friday withdrawals. I need you. Come on. Ask me some questions. All right, let's see what I got. I'm going to scroll through here and see. By the way, if this is your first time here or you haven't done this yet, at the top of this Facebook Friday Live, there is a little link that says Allow Ecamm Live. If you click that button, I can see your name when you post your question. Otherwise, I don't know who you are, and sometimes that's good, by the way. All right, let's see. Marcy said Cancun was priceless. Cancun was priceless. It was. I agree with you completely. All right, let's see what the questions are. Let's see. Marcy, yes, we will see you in Boca at the AI How to Write a Book event. That's going to be so cool. You guys are going to leave with your own book written and the cover art done. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. There's the only wholesale trade show, Atanya, is in Las Vegas in August. There's no wholesale trade show in Miami, and there's no wholesale trade show in, where are we? Toronto. There'll only be a wholesale trade show next August in Las Vegas. So that is a good question there. Thank you very much. There are no events planned for New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania. There are none. The only AI events, all the AI events moving forward will be in Boca and at our headquarters once we get that space all done and finalized. The InternetMastery.live events will be 3 times a year moving forward. Most likely one on the south part. Maybe we'll do one in Texas next year. I don't know. We'll see. And then one in Las Vegas. And then I'm not sure. I'm thinking I would like to do an InternetMastery.live in Cancun. I'd like to do one in Puerto Rico. I'd like to do one in London. I mean, I'd like to do one in a more exotic location once a year, a smaller group. I mean, we know not everyone's going to travel with us, but at least those of you that are, on the road show, why not? Let's have some fun. If we got to go, we might as well. Let's see. Okay, let's take a quick peek here, see if there's any other questions. So, Julie, if I said April 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I meant February 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Thank you for correcting me. Yes, that hasn't changed. That's just me getting old. February 3rd, 4th, and 5th here. Let me review it with you real quick. February 3rd, 4th, and 5th is Miami. And then we're doing an AI event February 7th and 8th. So for those of you that are coming to InternetMastery.live in Miami on the February 3rd, 4th, and 5th, if you want to stay and save some airfare, on the 7th and 8th, we're going to have an AI event in Boca. And then April 17 and 18 is an AI event in Boca. And then Toronto is May 24, 25, 26. And then August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in Las Vegas. Hopefully that makes sense. Excellent. Let's see. All right, let's see. All right, a lot of people saying they're going to see me in Toronto. That's good. All right, let's see. All right. Amazon isn't accepting my invoice, but they're looking into it to see if it's a problem. I assured them that Bola vendor is. So just FYI, you can assure them all you want. They don't care what you say. They don't care what you think. It has nothing to do with Bola vendor. It has to do with Amazon, and it has to do with the ASIN. So you need to go back and watch the video that I did on the video games. It's ASIN specific. And it just is what it is. It's also account specific based on the performance in your account. So it may work, it may not work. Arguing with Amazon won't help. What you should just do is relist the item, resubmit the invoice, and if nothing happens, then nothing happens, right? So just FYI there. All right, so let's see. Is there Repricer training in the e-library? There is not. But it won't be long before the Repricer training will be available. So the Repricer training will be available sooner than later because I know how important it is for you to have it, and it's my top priority in terms of training videos. So that is that. All right. So I'm not, for those of you asking me Repricer questions, I'm not doing Repricer training right now. However, I will submit to you that I am creating a Repricer training video. I do think that there is some good Repricer training that's been done. It's in the Facebook group. If you search Facebook for Repricer, you can watch some of it. I wouldn't say it's perfect or complete, but I think it's enough to get you through until this particular training is done. So here's a really good question. The answer is no, unfortunately, but thank you for trying. The question is, if I went to the AI event in New York, do I get the AI writer too? The answer, of course, is no. If you went to the AI event in New York, then you get the AI lister software that was launched there. If you come to an AI book event, then you get the AI writer software. The AI event in New York was half the price of the event in Boca, number one. Number two, the AI writer software didn't exist when we did the event in September. So we're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into our AI technology, And as much as we love you and appreciate you and we're grateful for you, we're not a charity. And so I'm sorry, the answer is no. However, you can always come to the AI event, learn how to write a book, and learn how to use the software and then get it included. How's that sound? Too much? Too strong? Too direct? Hello. Thank you for asking. All right, let's see. I'm going to keep going here. For Boca next month, what do we need to do to prepare? Najwa, don't worry about that. I will send you updates before the event. By the way, aren't you grateful, Najwa, that you bought your NFTs when I told you to? I was thinking about that. You know that if you had waited 48 hours, the price would have gone up $1,200? I'm just saying. I don't have a crystal ball, Najwa, but, I'm just saying. All right, let's see. I'm hesitant about the book because of the current lawsuits about AI using other people's work. Do you have information to ease my concern? Well, I'm not an attorney, but we're not using anyone else's work. You have to understand what you're reading about. First of all, stop reading the news. And second of all, stop believing everything that you hear. What is going on in the AI world in terms of lawsuits is because people are assuming other people's identities. For example, people are taking Kanye West's voice and publishing music with it as if he sung it. That is illegal. That's called infringement in copyright. You can't do that with AI, and you can't do that without AI. You can't plagiarize someone and get paid for it whether you use AI or not. AI has nothing to do with what the issue is. The issue is people are doing things that are wrong and unethical. When we write our book, they will be original works of art. How about that? Is that easier? Don't worry. Look, I guess the best way I can say it is, if I was worried about it, would I be investing all this money and all this technology and hosting all of these events and doing it all myself? Something to think about. And stop watching the news. Turn it off. That's it. That's all I got there. Okay. Let's see. I'm having a problem completing tax info on getting my Amazon account. Sure. Call the hotline and set up a hotline support. No problem. No problem. We have 10-minute calls. You can get a quick Zoom call. You just call the hotline. You'll speak to Marche. If you get a voicemail, leave a message. She'll call you back, and she'll set up a time with you. No problem. That's very, very, very easy to do. You don't need to keep going back and forth with Amazon. You just need to talk to someone on the team and let them help you. All right. So let's see. Woohoo, Mao. Yes, it'll be very nice to see you in Toronto. So what I need you all to do, and we'll have another meeting on this, but I need Julie and Mao and Claudia and Najwa and Kim. I need everyone who is in Canada and Canadian to rally the troops and re-engage everyone and send them to go buy a ticket. Make sure they understand that there's not going to be any free tickets where you just pop in because you live in Canada. Anyway, we'll get a team all around that. Where can I get the dates for better planning? I just gave you all the. So here's the answer here's the answer to your question on the replay of this video. I literally just announced them all for the first time, so everyone on the team is hearing them together for the first time. So good news is, for right now, just watch the replay again. And by the way, when you watch the replay, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you this or not, when you watch the replay and the replay's on YouTube, would you all click on some of the... I'm just kidding. Don't click on the links. But you know that YouTube likes when you click on the links. But don't click on the links because that would be bad. But we will put the replay... We will put the replay up, and in the replay you'll have all the dates. At some point we'll publish all the links with all the dates on them, so you can buy all your tickets for all of those events and not just mark them in your calendar. All right, so is the next event next month or in February? The next what event? The first ever AI How to Write a Book event is next month. It is December 14th and 15th in Boca Raton, Florida. What's the, Tanya, you said, what's the hotline number? Well, Tanya, you go to Internet Mastery Community, log in to your community where Spy Rivals and the Prep Center are, and literally in the upper left-hand corner is a phone number. It's right there. It's always been right there. It's like, think about it like the Wizard of Oz, Tanya. It's like you could have gone home anytime if you had just clicked your heels together. It's right there in the upper left-hand corner. By the way, it's in your welcome email, and Marche went over it with you when you joined, but that's okay. You're here. That's all that matters. Upper left-hand corner, Internet Mastery Community. There's a phone number. Call it, leave a message. She'll call you back within 1 to 2 business days. Usually it's faster than that. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. No, I'm glad you asked me. Thank you very much. Look, there's nothing ever wrong with asking me a question. You can always ask me questions. Just be prepared for the answer or not. You never know what the answer is going to be. Truth is, I don't know what I'm going to say. So I try to be very transparent with you. And I hope all of that makes sense. So I'm super excited about what we have going on. 2024 is going to be absolutely amazing. Let me see very quickly as we start to wind down if anybody has any other questions or things that they would like to ask me. Questions about the upcoming event. You get your tickets for Miami. At the very top of the Internet Mastery community, there's a link to the sign up. It's www.internetmastery.live. But the link is at the top of your leaderboard page. So when you log in to the community and you go to the home page and the leaderboard is flying all in, then, speaking of which, I just want to do a quick shout out real quick since I'm on shout outs. I got to shout out the Prep Center team. These guys and gals are absolutely incredible. The Prep Center is on fire. We are empty at the Prep Center, folks. Empty. Half of what comes in leaves the same day it comes in. It is unbelievable the processes that the Prep Center has gone through. So I'm super excited about the team and what's happening there. As a reminder for anyone who's still submitting items without plans, please don't do that. And also for those of you that are asking the Prep Center where your items are, they either left for Amazon or we don't have them because the Prep Center is empty. I mean, other than if there's a problem with your item and the Prep Center has notified you. So we're super excited about our next event, which is going to be how to write your own book in 48 hours. Remember, that event comes with a 100% money back guarantee. You leave there, you don't have your book, you get your money back. Puts all the pressure on me, not you. And then number 2, Miami, we're going to be sold out pretty soon. So that's going to be very, very, very exciting. And I think that's all I got. Anybody else, anything else they want to ask, share, talk about, discuss? What do you want to talk about, Internet Mastery community? We're packed here today, by the way. So we got a lot of comments, a lot of people, a lot of awesome. You guys are amazing. Hope everybody's having a great, great, great holiday season. Let me just leave you with one last training tip. Those of you who made it all the way to the end, you deserve this. This is, right now, the number 1 time of the entire year to buy arbitrage. I would be so focused right now on the sales, the clearance, the closeout. And remember, the closer you get to Christmas, the better the deals get. Now, that's the good side. Okay, so those of you that are going through this for the very first time or the first time you're experiencing it for real because maybe you signed up last October, November, you don't know what you were doing. If you're going through it for the first time, my advice to you is be real focused on the amazing deals and the amazing opportunities. The Bola deals over the next 6 weeks are going to be unbelievable, unlike they are any other time of the year. Now, that's the strong part of the discussion. The weak part of the discussion, or the things to look out for, is to be very conscious of super high numbers within SPY Rivals. Remember that SPY Rivals takes data, has AI built in, takes data from past performance, current performance, and future predictive performance. Okay, all of it's built in. But still, the current performance spikes during the holidays. So an item that might normally you could sell 6 units a month, might spike to 10 or 12 units a month in the month of December. So I wouldn't make any buying decisions yet, but in case I forget to tell you, and I won't forget, but in case you miss me telling you, starting in December, so for the month of December, I might consider buying maybe 80% of what Spy Rival says, because you're going to get your items pretty quick from the retailer, but you're not going to have them in for Amazon FBA for Christmas. The closer you get to Christmas, the lower you want that number to be, maybe even in the 50 or 60% range, if you want them to sell in the next 30 days. The flip side to that coin is if you can get incredible discounts and deals, then what a lot of people do is they actually buy double the amount. See, this is the yin and the yang of all of this. If you get normally 15% returns, but you can get 60% returns, well, then you're worth having that item for 1 or 2 or 3 months in inventory. So as we get closer to the holidays, we'll talk more about this. I just wanted to bring it up with you just in case I forgot to say it. So that's all I got. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Over the next couple of days, we'll post all of the links. My goal will be to put everything all on one page. So you'll be able to click the button and say, sign up for Miami here, sign up for Boca here, sign up for or AI here, the next AI here, sign up for Toronto here, sign up for Vegas here. You can do all of it, get it all out of the way. And of course, the earlier you do that, the better your ticket pricing is. So I'll let you know in the next few days what that looks like. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you soon.